Jace Teller was the kind of guy who made stupid bets for fun and sometimes to distract himself from the brutal monotony of life on Outpost Theta 9, a dusty, half-forgotten research colony orbiting the binary stars of Orcs Prime. The station was filled with oddballs, exiles, and scientists too dangerous to be trusted planetside. Jace? You was just a cargo tech with a smart mouth and a talent for losing poker. One night, after too much synthale and not enough sense, you made a bet with the wrong group of technicians. Bet you wouldn't dare ask her out? Snarled Rolo, pointing subtly across the dimly lit mess hall. Her.lera. Ven. The only reason the entire outpost walked a little softer, tall, pale, eyes glowing faintly crimson in the dark. Station rumors whispered she was a Vrillin, one of the so-called vampires that evolved on a shadow world orbiting a black hole, a species banned from most civilized systems. Blood drinkers? Near immortal, quiet, lethal. JACE laugh. Easy credits. I just ask her out. She says no. I walk away with my pride and your rations. So he approached her table. Illyra, right? He said, managing a half smile. You, me. Station balcony. 1 hour. Stars are nice tonight. She stared at him like he was a puzzle or a soon-to-be snack. Then, to everyone's disbelief, she nodded once. I'll meet you there, she said simply. He almost didn't show up. But pride was pride. When she arrived, she wore a hooded cloak over her uniform, like she was protecting herself from the starlight. They stood there, awkwardly silent, until Jace blurted, So. You like blood or plasma with your ration packs? She laughed. Actually laughed. They talked about the stars, about loneliness, about what it felt like to outlive your own planet. She wasn't cold at all, just careful. And Jace, for all his bluster, listened better than most people on the station. By the end of the night, she touched his arm. Walked me back? Of course he did. Things escalated quickly after that. Quiet dinners, clubbed hand-holding, whispered conversations in zero-G corridors. And then, one night, under a blue-shifted eclipse, she kissed him and bit him. Not hard, not cruel, but deep enough that he gasped. Felt fire crawl through his veins. Illyra, you are mine now, she said, softly. My mate, you asked? I said yes. It's how our kind seals it. He stumbled back, but something in his blood pulled him toward her. His heart thundered, yet he wasn't afraid. Not exactly. You could have warned me. You would have run. Maybe. She tilted her head. Will you run now? He thought about it. About how every part of him screamed, this is insane. But another part whispered, you've never felt more alive. He shook his head. I'm already falling, aren't I? She smiled. And that was the real bite. Over the following weeks, changes started. Jace's senses sharpened. His reflexes, once sluggish from years of ration food lethargy, became lightning fast. He stopped aging. Cold didn't bother him. And in his dreams, he heard her saw worlds through her memories. But there were complications. The Vrillin were not just feared, they were hunted. The Galactic Concord had standing kill-on-sight orders for unauthorized mating events. Interbreeding was strictly prohibited, and when the station's central AI flagged Jace's biological shift, it wasn't long before an off-world patrol came. Knocking. A ship arrived, not just any ship, a Concord enforcer. Step away from the human. Illyra Ven. The voice crackled over the intercom as power to the station was cut. Jace and Illyra stood side by side in the hangar bay, surrounded. You knew this might happen, she whispered. Yeah, he said, cracking his neck. And I'm kind of pissed I didn't bet more on it. Then, as the enforcer troops stormed forward, Illyra hissed, and Jace roared. What followed was bloody, fast, unbelievable. They fought like twin shadows. Illyra slicing through armor like silk, and Jace newly reborn moving with brutal precision. He didn't remember each movement, just the rhythm, the dance, the power. When the dust cleared, the enforcer team was either unconscious or dead. Jace wiped his mouth. I think I'm finally off KP duty. Alira chuckled, then paused. We can't stay, he nodded. Where to? She looked up. Home. My home. They fled the system in a stolen interceptor, navigating by memory and blood bond. As they flew through the Vurex expanse, the stars ahead felt different, closer, hungrier dot, and for the first time in years, Jace Teller wasn't bored. Wasn't drifting. He had purpose, a partner, an eternity dot in the shadows of a dead star, the last. Vrillin Queen welcomed her daughter and the human mate with a smile. He'll make a fine prince, she said. Jace blinked. Wait, prince? Alira leaned in, fangs grazing his neck. You made a bet, she whispered. Yeah, he muttered. Remind me to never gamble again. Too late.